Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How are you? How is everyone today? How are the skits in Skitland today? Hi, Golden Girl. I saw you earlier when you checked in. Thank you for coming tonight. I'm going to go up to the top, and I did ask you to hit the like button. I decided to have the chat open on both my phone and the software so I can see everything going on. Just keep it on quiet. Good evening. Nice to see you all. And then I did type in, Wayne rushed over to Anthony to brag about Amber and Dave's house. I can't wait until they find out that he actually gifted the house to her. And I hope that, Wayne, please don't mess up the storyline. We are asking you for a win for this couple. Aren't we? Let's have Amber and Dave have a serious conversation about their past because I actually want to know what Dave also did in his past that he doesn't want to talk about. It may not even be anything bad, but what's in Melissa's envelope? Yikes. But whatever it is, if the Lord brings you together, he will bring you through it. If he brings you to it, he will bring you through it. And then let's see, I noticed that Wayne, once again, during this sit down of the gossipers and the cheaters sitting on the porch of Dalton's house, nobody came to her defense except Wayne. And Anthony actually did try a couple of times, but he was so low key with it, like it was almost painful for him to do it because we know that he never defends Amber. That's why she called him a coward, right? How is it? How was your day? How was work? I hope it was good. Let me do a sound check. Is that sound okay? I don't want it to blow your eardrums out. I had a good day. I watched skits. I didn't overdo it. Did a few things. Stephanie, if you are in the house, let me know. I will send you up a link. Stephanie did look better, but Stephanie still needs rest. But Stephanie's a grown woman. She knows if she needs rest or not. But I do love my sister, and I hope she's well. Okay, let me get back up here. I just want to say hello to everyone quickly. Betty Bush, welcome in. Hi, Betty. Hi, Betty. Hold on, I'm going all the way to the top. And Donna Robbins, Donna's comment says, Wayne is the queen of messiness. Wayne stood up for Amber while Anthony did his usual. Anthony can't touch Dave, and he and Wayne are so obsessed with Amber, but neither can treat her as she deserves. And remember, interestingly enough, remember when Wayne told Amber during the separation that a man can only love to his capacity. Is that not true? Wayne's got all those children, but he couldn't bring himself to commit except once to Gina. Anthony would prefer the women that he pays. So maybe some people are incapable or afraid, to try. But Dave's not afraid. We love Dave. We want Constance to stand down. As a matter of fact, she created malpractice yesterday. She was supposed to present that 10% acceptance to Anthony's attorney, and she had some not so nice choices of words for Amber. But Amber doesn't know any better. And I will say, like I say all the time, when you've never lived through it, you've never had to deal with it, you won't know what to do. So when people say things like, well, why didn't Amber do this and that? Because you don't know what you don't know until you make it through. Amber stressed out today. Did it faze me? It didn't. It didn't faze me because if we keep it within Skitland, Amber needs to tell Dave. If we take it outside of Skitland, Wayne, it is time to let her grow. Stop trying to keep her in a little box because you don't want her to explode. And quiet is kept, and I mentioned this somewhere along the route. Is it in the water? All of these people that are in their 40s are still acting like children. But is that the message in Skitland? Does Skitlanta mean something? A skit is just that, a skit, like you would play in drama school in college. Is somebody stuck in his past? Is that why these people never grow up? I don't know. Anybody have any ideas? Let me know. They don't grow up. Not under Wayne's production. And we know now Chase has his own production company. So does Dave. Amber actually has one, but I digress. Anyway, hi, Donna Robinson. Good evening. Good evening. The lake is high squared. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Anthony, you can't touch this. Can't touch this. Remember that song? And then Donna says Wayne is keeping Anthony at bay about his relationship and business dealings with Dave. He's very good at knowing what to tell and what not to tell, but he's going to throw it in his face. Good evening, Marion, Nonya, and everyone. So I heard a comment today about Amber wanting to live by the water because that's where she caught Shayla and Anthony. No. Amber has always liked the water. Remember, Anthony would take Amber to the water. We only saw a skit or so, but it was implied that Amber loves the water. And they would go out to the lake house. That was their lake house. That had nothing to do with Shayla. But I heard that comment today when I was in the bushes. It's not about Shayla. It's about Amber liking water. Just like I like water. That's why the bay is right over there. It's over there. We have to drive, but the water's there. It's serene. It's calming. And some people do like the water for that reason. And I think Amber is one of those people. This has nothing to do with her catching Shayla and Anthony. She has always liked the water because we saw them in the boat, Anthony and Amber, during their happier days, way before Shayla. Anyway, would you hit the like button, please? It looks like we have about 60 people watching. And if you would, that would be great. I do need to get my water. I need to drink some tea. It's cold here. It didn't even, I don't think it got to 70 today. So I've been kind of like raspy, more so than normal. And for people who don't know, my octaves are changing because I don't have a thyroid. And they've been doing this. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. When I talk to my husband, my voice is at the normal pitch. It's really weird. But anyway, so because Kool-Aid did make a comment today, but I didn't ask it to happen. It just happened. But at least I'm healthy. So anyway, let's see, Donna, I answered that question. Marion says, good evening, Nonya and everyone. Marion says, Wayne said Amber and Dave's house is nicer than his. And he asked him if he wanted to sneak over there. That was funny, Marion. I like that. He was just throwing digs at Anthony like nobody's business. Not a young YN with expensive cologne is Dave. Nope. Golden Girl, welcome in. Nice to see you. Betty, it's nice to see you as well. And I'm not going to put this in my face. Maybe my eyes won't water. They haven't been watering all day, so it's a good thing. And Betty, I did see your comment earlier. We have no idea where Mia's mother is yet. We don't know. No clue. I don't know. I don't even know. Did anybody locate Mia's mother on the internet, on social media at all? Did anybody even check? I don't know anything about Mia's mom, but Dave never said he was married, but he did say, and I'm going to take my credit, like I always say, a divorce is like a funeral because it is the unaliving of a marriage. It literally no longer exists. And Dave made that same comment, so that makes me wonder, was Dave ever once married to Mia's mom, to Nia's mother? But we don't know. We have no idea yet, Betty. And Marion says, Donna, Wayne didn't tell that he and Dave were doing business together. He opted just to say Dave was cool. But I know Anthony is jealous. Oh, he's big time jealous. And Wayne and Dave are cool. He knows that Wayne likes Dave. So he's like in his feelings, like, like a sassy little girl over there. And remember when I told you guys, I mentioned guys gossip. This was last night. Guys gossip more than women. Look at them. Look at the clown circus sitting there gossiping. All of them gossiping about Amber for the most part. Guys gossip. My brother says all four of the guys gossip, and they do. They're just different than us. They had Nia when they were in college. Really? How do we know that, Mary? And I'm just asking. No shade. I'm just asking. Is it because of her age? Or, no, they played for the Supersonics before Nia's age. So, because he was on the Supersonics. I mean, it's been years, but he did play for the Supersonics. So I don't know. Maybe they were in college. Hi, Jen. Welcome in. Welcome in. Darren has drinking problems. And he had drinking problems when Lesa was there. And the other thing that I was going to mention, a lot of people don't remember that Amber did speak to Lesa once. And it was about Mike. And they were at Amber's house. And Amber was actually telling Lesa that she probably didn't have a chance of being with Mike. And when I say being with, I mean as in girlfriend. I don't mean just having a couple of intimate relations together. She explained to Lesa that Mike loves his black queens. But I think a lot of people forgot that conversation because I saw a lot of, I was in the bushes. I saw a lot of Amber never spoke to Lesa, but she did. They had that one conversation and Lesa got offended because Amber said Dave prefers black women. And Lesa didn't like that. So, if you forgot that, that did happen where she had that conversation with Lesa. Please hit the like button. There looks like there are about 75 people or so. We'd appreciate that to help the channel push out the algorithm toward people who would want to see this. And then Juanita says, hi, Juanita. Good evening. Good evening, doll. I hope work was good for you today and everyone else who worked today. And Carla says, I'm glad Wayne stood up for Amber. As usual, Anthony was side-eyeing Wayne. I have a feeling that Wayne is embarrassed about the situation with Amber. That's what I say, Carla. That's what I say. Because Amber has said it. Amber has said it. Wayne will not address it, even when Amber called him out on it in the podcast room, because the girls in the podcast room know about it now. But Wayne shut it down quick. He does not want to talk about that. I think you're right. I think he's embarrassed about it. I think so too. And then Darren had the nerve to call it out like Amber slept with everybody sitting on the porch. Amber's been with two men physically that we know of. I mean, I know she was trying to talk to Mike when he was with Roe, but for the life of me, I can't remember if they ever did anything, you know, as adults. Not, but then as adults, they are single people. So, but I couldn't remember if they actually crossed the line or not. And I was trying to find, old footage, but I just let it go because it's not that important. But to make it sound like, I mean, that's all they could talk about is Amber, Amber, Amber. Between Wayne, Darren, and Ben. And then Anthony sitting there, he tried to mumble something, but I think his stubbornness and his disdain or whatever Anthony has going on, hate for Amber, won't let his words come out. Have you ever disliked anybody so much that when you tried to speak about them, that you couldn't get the words out? My mom said, when you have that feeling and you can't say anything good or bad about a person because it's stuck in you, she said, you don't like that person very much. And I think she's right. Good evening, Gwen. How are you? Welcome in. Gwen says, good evening, chat family and friends. Please hit, smash, tap, poke, or push the like button. Hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. You can hit it for free. The hospitality room is open for the people in the bushes. We have drinks, we have snacks, we have popcorn, cookies, we have drinks of all sorts. We have tea. Tea would be good for me to drink, right? We have tea. It looks like a mimosa. I think it's a mimosa. And we have wine, water. So please hit the like button. Come on in. Looks like we have about 90 people. Please hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just helps the channel to grow. And I appreciate it. Wayne is beyond petty. African Wakanda took me out too. Jen, that was hilarious. Wayne, he does come up with some good ones every so often. I mean, really good ones. That was funny. Nature says, good evening, Nonya, chat family, and everyone hiding in the bushes. Come out of the bushes, everybody. Come out of the bushes. It's okay. You can hit the like button and run back inside. And it doesn't hurt. Unless you just don't like me and you don't want the like button. But that's okay too. I still want you to have a good day. We had some interesting discoveries today. Benny and the Jets going head to head with Wayne. Darren once again blaming Amber. And little does he know that Amber was trying to tell Lesa, don't go there. Don't mess with Wayne. I mean, Mike. I'm sorry. My brain is just scattered, I guess. Too much going on. I had to go to jury duty. It's like, these people leave me alone. I've had more appointments in 2 weeks and I don't know how long. Oh, thank you, Golden Girl. She says, it's my pleasure to join. It is nice to have you here. You can sit here and just read, comments with me, and we can listen to what people have to say. You can type whatever you want. You always have good comments, and I know because I remember. Okay, let's see. And Gwen is saying good evening to everyone. Hi, Ruth. How are you? And Ruth, everybody has good comments. Hi, Hemi girl. Good to see you. I've been looking for you in the The comments, Hemi girl, you've been busy. You got moved and everything. You were moving, right? Into a new apartment. So I've been like kind of looking for your comments because you always have some insightful thing to say. Amber gets blamed for everything. Mm-hmm. She does. It's like the skits wouldn't exist without an Amber to bash on or to blame everything on or cause people's women to go cheat on their men. And Amber doesn't even know these people. But let them tell it. It's Amber's fault. That's crazy, right? Oh, hi, Yvette. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, Deborah. Welcome in. Hi, T Diamond. I saw you down there. Let me go back. I have to go all the way to the top to get the new comments. Why it does it this way, I don't know. I will trade with your 70 for my 106. What is that, hon? Michelle, I will trade you your 70 for my 106. Okay. Whatever that means, if that's what you want to do, I'll do that with you. That's fine. Let me go back up because the comments are just, it's wild. Clara, thank you. I didn't put your first name on there because I couldn't find your comment to comment on it. So, but I knew it was you, but then I didn't want to make a fool out of myself. So I just put your last name. So thank you, Clara. Appreciate you so much. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know why it just moves like a whole slew of comments all the way to the top. It's really weird. Darren, see, he does like Amber. As soon as he saw her, he just like lost it. Wayne did take up for her. Dave admitted that in Charlotte, that he lied and manipulated and told Amber, you might be manipulating me. When they were in the kitchen before Amber cooked or something like that. Yeah, Brooke did call him about 1,000,000 times. It's time for her to move on. Hi, Denise. Welcome in. Welcome in, Denise. Hello, Sunshine. I'm trying to, it must have sent me 2 pages of comments. Okay, so I'm at the top again. I did read these. I did love the Wakanda reference. That was hilarious. But Wayne did come with some funny things today. We've got to give him that. But I really don't want him. I don't think Wayne will be the one to tell Dave anything. I truly don't. I think Wayne is too embarrassed by it. But remember, he did say, you've got podcast work to do. Almost like a hidden threat. And because he knows Amber just like Amber knows him. He knows how to stress that girl out. Anthony already wants to take it from Amber in the divorce case. Surprise, surprise. If everything goes well and that gifting goes through before whatever Constance thinks she's about to do, and Constance knows nothing about anything, Amber doesn't even know the house is being gifted to her. So what is Constance running off looking for? The deed in Amber's name? He's gifting the house. When you gift it, no one can touch it. That's what these rich people do. That's why it's on your IRS tax form. Did you gift anything? That means that you have anything of value that you basically gave away to somebody else and you don't expect them to pay you back. That's what it means. And here we have Constance ready to go do battle about something that she has nothing to do with. And at this point, I really do want Dave to talk to Amber, because we got to remember, Wayne didn't write Amber to be the smartest woman on the block. Business, yes, she can get them started and all that. And when she's alone, she's very powerful because she has to be. Because when you're alone, nobody's going to look out for you but you, right? But when she's in a relationship, I think that the character Amber wants it to work so badly that she steps all over herself, trying too hard. I think that's what I get from Amber. Or she'll get coy, or she'll get quiet, or she'll get withdrawn. Her low self-esteem kicks in. And these aren't excuses, these are observations. But on the business side, that's not how she acts. And yeah, Nancy says Wayne Anthony is a clown. He is a clown. You can put Wayne up there too. You can put the whole porch. As Ayana enters the chat puts it, on the front porch, they're all sitting on the front porch looking like dummies. Yes, Wayne did defend her. He always defends Amber. Good evening, Gwen, Hemi Girl, Carla, and Donna. And that is from Marion. Sunshine, welcome in. Magaline, welcome back. Chris, hello. And Gwen, how are you doing? Ruth is asking you. The hospitality room is open. We have over 100 people watching. If you would, please hit the like button. All it does is push the show out to the algorithm. If the show doesn't get pushed out to the algorithm, the show will not keep showing up on YouTube. So that is the importance of liking the show. So the algorithm knows that people are watching. If you don't like it, then the algorithm won't push the show out. Okay, so that's why I figured out why they are doing this. Why, even though they don't calculate it, they do know when people are hitting the like button, and that helps to activate the algorithm. So that does help in that regard. It doesn't help with numbers, but it helps in that regard. Yeah, Brooke kept calling. I thought she was over calling, but maybe this will be her closure. I don't know. Brooke and that whole family has annoyed me to no end. All of them. I'm tired of Brooke, and I'm tired of Bethany. I'm tired of Larry, and now I'm tired of my girl Shara. All of them. They're doing too much. The only one that made sense, and this is to me, was Lynette. Lynette made sense. Because sometimes as young people, we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we need to know. And Lynette will talk to her in a straightforward way. And that I did like today. The rest of them, all they want to do is yell and scream. That accomplishes absolutely nothing. And that's me as a mom. I would yell and scream, but not like, like a bully. But my kids would rather talk to their dad than me. But because I'm gonna give you a 1-2. And then Wayne felt the peacefulness from the home and the lake view. He did, nature. He sees how Amber is really being loved. Yes, he addressed Darren's perspective towards Amber in contrast to his wife. And don't let Wayne see that there's that house. I said it last night. Don't let him know that there's a house being built across the lake. Not even across the lake, in the far corner of the lake. They're building another home there. We don't want Wayne to see it. We don't want him to go buy it. Would Wayne spend $4 million on it? Nah, he might like Georgia country better. I don't know, but he sure did like Amber's house. And yeah, he does like Amber as soon as he walked through the door. Anthony's very weak. And he seems to be getting weaker by the day. Nancy B, I know, right. She is not going to let it go until she sees them face to face. Now, if she tries to call him again, then I'm going to start saying the girl is obsessed. We understand she gave up her V card. We get it. But it's time to move on. Your life doesn't stop because of some boy or some man. Your life doesn't stop. You can't let it stop. That girl is going to go into depression. And Wayne is in love with Amber. He is. He loves her and he hates her at the same time. He let her go. Remember the song, I Let Another Man Break Your Heart? But then I still say, what part of his narcissism does it feed also? That he let her get away, or maybe he does love Amber, and maybe he does see a young Amber in Tamara. Anthony doesn't know how to stand up, but I do think he realizes what Amber and Denisha were talking about when they said he doesn't stand up for them. Mm-hmm. Ahmed says, good evening, Nonya. Hi, Ahmed. How are you? It's good to see you. Hi, Michelle. Good evening. You didn't watch much? It was actually good, Michelle. And you know, if I say it was good, it probably was, because I'm usually just like, I just, especially with Wayne. But was Wayne trying to get on Amber's nerves today? Was he throwing digs to get on Amber's nerves? Because, and I really didn't like Amber asking about going to LA. I did say if she were going to go to LA, then her and Ernestine could go, but she does have to work on the podcast. So was he throwing a lot of shots at Amber? I'm sorry, I just yawned. Was he throwing a lot of shots at Amber? Did you guys take it as that? No, Isaiah doesn't care. He's a no good little boy out there smoking his whatever he smokes and drinking his whatever he's drinking, hanging out in the hood. And he didn't even live in the hood, but he's hanging out. And he's a lot like his dad. And I don't even always say that it's genetic. You know, I don't usually blame things on genetics unless it's obviously genetic. But just because your dad's not there doesn't mean you get to be a bum. His mother works hard and she tried. Remember when we first met her? And she tried. But the older kids get, the more stubborn they get, especially when they turn 18. I was waiting for someone to address Darren on his views toward Black women and about Amber. Darren doesn't see how it shows Black women in a negative light. Darren is what we call erroneously an Uncle Tom. And Uncle Tom is not really what Uncle Tom has been accepted as in society. Uncle Tom was actually a good freedom fighter, but people don't know that part of his story. However, with that being said, when Darren first came out, he talked about how he hated soul food, and there was conversation about he must not like his mother. And this came from actual skit information. He acted like he didn't like Black women at all because there were a lot of questions about why doesn't he like Black women? Did his mother not love him? There were a lot of questions about Darren. But Darren, as it turns out, only wanted Mayo on his arm. Kind of like Al, Erica's Al. He's an Ivy Leaguer, and they get that kind of teaching, and a lot of the Black guys come out acting like Stella's husband. When Stella got her groove back, they come out like that because that's what they're being taught in those gentlemen quarters. That's what I call them. But yeah, there's something about Darren, and we say it's Keisha or Waikisha, whatever her name is, the mom, the baby's mother, DJ's mom. We say it's because she cheated on him, but she didn't cause him to have somewhat of a hatred towards Black women altogether. We said that he was racist against his own race. And there are people who don't like their own races. In a lot of the different cultures, races, there are people like that. And I think Darren is one of them. But yeah, he wants to blame Amber. Amber doesn't even know Lesa, except for that one interaction. And that was Amber trying to stop her from going after Mike. As soon as she walked through the door, he just bamboozled her. But it didn't hurt that Anthony told Ben and Darren that she slept with Wayne. He forgot to say, well, she was Wayne's woman at first. They didn't mention that part. They just leave that hanging. And I was surprised, but Wayne he'll say things to Anthony, but he won't outright say anything against Anthony, because Wayne could have said, man, that was my girlfriend first. He could have, but he didn't. So I was hoping Wayne would have said that, but that didn't come out. But yeah, and the sad part about that nature is that even though we don't like it, there are black men like that. There are black women like that. And then we have the white men who want the black women because they love the way black women love. And the black women, the last time I checked, which was recent, is that black women and white men have the lowest divorce rates. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I don't know if it's changed, but that's the last time I checked, that's what it was. We need a new lawyer ASAP. We do, Nancy. What do we do with Constance? She needs to go. I don't even think that lady went to law school. She probably read some books and got lucky and passed the bar. That's what I think. Please hit the like button if you're just coming in. If you haven't hit the like button or you're hiding in the bushes, come on out. The water's fine. Feels like Amber's lake. I really want Dave and Amber to work out. And that one incident should not cause them to break up. That is 3 years old. Wayne, let it go. But then what? There are no more secrets about Amber? Is that the problem? There are no more secrets to put out there, Wayne? I mean, we don't need you to go invent any, no. But this is 3 years old. This is Pastor Shayla, Pastor Kai, now and Denisha living in that house, all of which will cost Anthony money. And more than likely, they're probably going to get blackmailed by Michelle's husband because he's got the thumb drive to show that they're playing footsies with the money. And quiet is kept. If he knew the codes, he could steal the money, but the codes probably aren't there. It's supposedly Ben and Anthony and now Darren, of course. But he can very well blackmail them. As long as he's got that thumb drive, what's going to happen? Yes, nature. Yes, that's what I see. Someone needs to tell him about it himself. And Wayne wasn't it at the pool when they were shooting pool and Shayla was acting crazy? Trying to follow Amon around. Didn't Wayne say something to Darren about the way he was behaving? I don't know. I'm just asking. But I do know in the beginning, we jumped on Darren with both feet at Ben's house because he was acting like he just did not like black women at all. And it was asked, well, what about your mom? And he said he hated soul food and all that kind of nonsense. So what happened to that man? And I don't think it was DJ's mom. I think that man has problems of his own. I'm Passion of Dentistry. Good evening. Good evening. And if I say something you disagree with, please let me know. Okay? Because my word doesn't mean it's real, or true, or there are different takes on everything. Wayne likes to chase. Golden Girl, that might be it. And he couldn't recatch Amber. Even though he wanted to stop her wedding, he knew he couldn't do anything with Amber, so why stop her? Why mess up her wedding? Like Anthony did Rolanda's wedding. We saw how that turned out, right? Yeah, Amber gets blamed for everything. Wayne wants Amber. I wonder if he wants Amber just to be able to say, I broke up with Amber, and then he'll feel better. Is there anybody else that Wayne didn't break up with that actually left him? I know Amani was a hard one to deal with because she didn't want the car back. And, Amani stands on her own 2 feet. But was there anybody else that got away from Wayne and he didn't want to let them go? Wayne caused more problems for Amber with all of his running back to Buddy to rub her house and happiness in the face. That's true. Until they get the house gifted over to Amber. And that is a process. They have to take it, notarize it, everything, do the gifting process. It's just paperwork. And once they file it in the courts and it goes through, that's Amber's house. And there's not a damn thing Anthony can do about it. Nothing. So his lawyer can look like she's got egg, Amber's lawyer, but that's Amber's house once he gifts it to Amber. And right now, I don't think the deed is in anybody's name. That's probably still with the escrow company, maybe, because the realtor has it. They're going to have to cut the deed for someone, for either Dave or for Amber. And when they do it for Amber, they're going to gift it. So they're going to go through the gifting process at that time, right? So if they're not going to put it in Dave's name and then change it over to Amber's. They're going to put it, they want to handle the deed one time. And I just know that from experience, they want to handle it once. So he can rub it in Anthony's face, but Anthony can't touch that house. And even if he tries, if they do put it in Dave's name, it'll be in Dave's name. He can also still transfer the deed later, right? So what's Anthony going to do? Sit over there and cry in his spoiled milk? You better be happy with his Denisha Barracuda he got sitting there looking like bat links and bat winks and eyelashes. And no, I don't like that woman moving into Amber's house or any other woman moving into somebody else's house. Just like I don't like Shayla breaking up that marriage. I don't like people who cheat. Don't like people who aren't married and live together. But I'm no judge, jury, or executioner. But I can say what I don't like, and I don't like women who break up marriages. And she had the nerve to sit there like, well, do I have to leave? Lady, you in somebody else's house. Show up on Snapped. Only in Wayne's World? Nope. Real life also. That's real talk. People do things like that. Please hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. If you don't hit the like button, then the show won't be shown a lot because nobody's hitting the like button. That's why we ask you to hit the like button. Please do. Gwen's got plenty of great goodies and refreshments. Run out of the bushes, grab some, and you can run back in the bushes and come hang out with us. Let's see. And Nature says, Golden Girl, I think so too. Wayne likes a challenge. I hope that he lets Amber be. We need Wayne to let Amber go. And I'm talking about the writer Wayne. Let her have some peace, for goodness sake. Let them become a power couple. You can work with that, Wayne. And I do talk to them because they do listen to our channels. They pretty much admitted it. And that's why Wayne went on that interview and said, yeah, I started the rumor, or I started that movement about women cooking for men. And he did say why he started it. But it's on Miss B's page if you ever want to read it. Miss B was the same thing. She said they need to stop bashing Amber. She said that, Denise. I did go on her page and I watched a couple of the skits. That might be the one that I watched. I was watching it in a hurry. Anthony, I'm sorry, is in college and dumb. He's stuck in his college years, huh, Nancy? I had a brother that was stuck in his college years. I mean, he was. He didn't want to move from Los Angeles up to the Bay Area. He wanted to stay in that age group because that must have been his comfort zone, and he didn't want to leave. So my mom left him, and Dad, they left him there. We had relatives, but he eventually did come around and move up north, but he didn't want to. He was stuck. He was really stuck. Hi, little TT Smooth. What's happening? Good to see you, girl. Wayne is so jealous of Amber and Dave's relationship. But the good thing, Wayne he's got many faces, right? He's happy to see it, but he's jealous of it at the same time. And I guess that's possible. I mean, people can be jealous. I don't get jealous, but I see that Wayne's happy for Amber, but he's jealous of the relationship. And maybe it's because Wayne can't do that. You know, something about that is just that love-hate thing that's going on. And oh my God, I love that green Amber had on. It was a lot of green, but it was so pretty. The color was just beautiful. And it looked like it belonged at the lake. Wayne closed his eyes when he said it. He hurt that he didn't take that leap. Is that what it is, Magnolia? Because I always wondered, like when Wayne closes his eyes, is he concentrating on what he's saying? Is that why he does that? Every so often he'll close his eyes like he's focusing on something. That color looked great. And Amber can wear orange also. I mean, not a lot of people can really wear orange and pull it off. But she pulled that color off today, the green, and she pulled off the orange. The skit with Amber's panic attack, she reacted and said that Wayne is torturing her. That's from Nonya's conversation. That's true. I did say that. And Nonya always says for Wayne to leave that woman alone. He should leave her alone. He triggers her. Let her go. Just leave her alone. And he knows that, or does he know he's triggering her? I mean, sometimes he knows because he does it on purpose. But Nature, I wonder if he knows how much and how bad he triggers her. What do you guys think? You think he has any inkling of how much he actually tortures Amber? Hello, JR. Welcome in. I'm really curious. Do you think he knows how much he triggers her? Even though sometimes he does it on purpose. Even when he's not doing it on purpose, he still tortures her. It's like he just triggers this girl. I don't think Anthony is going to do anything to Amber. Wayne told him that Amber was happy and Amber is good. But I don't see what Anthony can do. Anthony doesn't have a leg to stand on. He can't get the house. Even if Dave doesn't gift it, or they don't have time to gift it, they're just going to put the deed into Dave's name until they can change it. The one thing Amber is doing wrong is that she was supposed to come home at night, except she still hasn't moved all of her things out of the house, but she was supposed to come home. But comparatively speaking to everything that Wayne or Anthony has done, that whole laundry list of nonsense, they're only going to give Amber a slap on the hand. And how is she supposed to go home at night when there's another woman living in her house as the woman of the house? How's Amber supposed to go home? So there's a lot about that attorney that just irks me. Wayne, come on, let's get them divorced. You said you're going to give them a divorce now. So let's do it, okay? Can we just not play with the house? Just leave the house alone. Let something smooth happen for this couple. I don't think Anthony's going to do anything. I read that. I'm so sorry. Oh, Wayne told him that Amber was happy and Amber is good. And I believe Wayne when he says that, except he'll turn around and then say something to mess with her again. Is he just like the little kid in the sandbox? The little annoying kid? Yvette. Hi, Yvette. Welcome in. Anthony needed Wayne to talk about the house to humble him some. He humbled him all right. And then Anthony just kept asking follow-up questions, right? Well, he'd think about it and he'd come back with a question. He'd think about it, ask another question. And then when he told him the house was as big as the lake, I was like, oh my gosh, he is just straight rubbing it in. Hi, Felicia. Welcome in. Welcome in, Felicia. Hi, Dolly. How's my Dolly girl? Deborah Williams says Amber needs to tell Dave, yes, she slept with that joker. Hate her now, Dave. Let all your skeletons out of your closet. We will deal with it. Yes. I think maybe there's something around Mia's, Nia's mom. Maybe that's it. Because they never talked about it. Amber never asked. But so I slept with Wayne. I had an affair with Wayne while I was engaged. Does she have to say the rest of it? I mean, seriously. Does Dave want to hear all of that? I mean, he's kind of, but I don't like how they're writing it where Dave is getting, he appears to be getting suckered in by Wayne. And Wayne wants him to be his friend. Wayne wants that to be his friend. A good businessman, another businessman, blah, blah, blah. But trust Wayne? Not in a million years. Nope. The hospitality room is open for the people in the bushes. Drinks and snacks are available. We got cookies, wine, water, juice, popcorn, anything you can think of. Please come out and hit the like button. Hi, Takesha. How are you? Nice to see you, Takesha. Yep, the lake house. I love the beach too. I do. I love the beach. I love Florida. I liked Florida when I was younger because I used to go to Miami when I was younger. But then when we moved here, I learned all about the beaches and the other side of the beach. So the only difference is that our water is really warm on this side. And even though Florida is warm, it's because it's closer to the equator for the most part. So I literally remember when California and Florida were considered sister states. Can you imagine that? Because they were so alike in so many ways, politically as well. Gwen says, Darren is out of control. Darren speaks for anyone who sees Amber like this. But Darren doesn't see how his constant saying her name and thinking about her makes him look rather enamored by her. Mm-hmm. And that's same thing with Ben. You love water too, Gwen? I do. And the thing about it, I mean, I kind of like we have the Golden Gate Bridge, the big, huge bridge that you see on all the pictures. If you ever come to California and you want to see something beautiful, go across the bridge. All it is, it's from like the Oakland side, San Jose side. Go across the bridge during sundown or go when the sun is coming up. It just takes you to Sausalito. It's just the other side of the bay, like where Alcatraz is, but not as far as Alcatraz. That is the most, and I'm sure there are other places beautiful like this in the world, but it's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see, to watch the sun come up or go down on the Golden Gate Bridge. And that is a long bridge. And it does have those arches, and it's been fortified over and over and over. I love the ocean. I love to hear the waves. And even though we're right here, we still have like motels and hotels right on the water. I mean, I don't live right at the water. We have to go down and, go out there. But everything in the bay is pretty close. All the cities are close to each other. You just jump on different freeways and you're in the next city in like 20 minutes, parking your car, going wherever you're going. Unless you have to go through traffic, then it's different. I think Anthony wanted and tried to stand up for Amber, just too slow and afraid. I agree, Passion. That's exactly what happened today. On a few occasions, maybe like five occasions, maybe. He was trying to get in there, but he was too slow. Hi, Shirley. Shirley says, good evening, Nonya and chatmates. I like chatmates. I like chatmates a lot. Being near the water is so soothing. Do you guys remember when I told you that I used to get up and leave the water running in the kitchen. Do you remember when I told you that? Are there any of you that remember that? I would turn the water on and it would be so smoothing I'd flood the kitchen sometimes. I did because the water was so soothing to me. Let's see, Marion. Lesa did fall for an African Wakanda warrior. She compared Mike to Darren and chose Mike. I suspect, oh yeah, they had problems in their marriage on both their parts. I wonder if he ever cheated. He may not have, but if you ever listen to that one intense conversation that Lesa was having with Darren, but Darren was ignoring it, of course, where she was talking about how she gave up her career, you know, to be with Darren. And she probably had that little girl. I'm not sure. But she gave up her career to be with him. And then they showed a scene a couple of days later or whatever of her dropping off his packages and his mail. So she put her life on hold. And he doesn't see her. Or when it's time to be intimate, it's always her looking like she's about to do the work. Yeah. So, yeah, nature. It's something on both their parts, but I think that he just wasn't what she expected him to be. But he was happy. He had the nice little convincing blonde girl, the pretty girl, the blonde girl who never made waves or anything like that. But how many times has she cheated on him because she couldn't get what she wanted? And if he's selfish, usually men that are selfish in bed, from what I have heard. I don't know. So don't come for me. I don't know. Anthony's not happy about Wayne saying Dave is cool. That's right, Dolly. And Anthony might try to tell Dave about Amber and Wayne for spite. He might. Anthony might if he can get that close to Dave. And we know Dave will talk to him. But would Anthony risk Wayne's friendship? Would he risk trying to break them up? Or like Wayne says, he'll pick him up with those broad shoulders. Always a possibility, Dolly, right? And Wayne's over there just pouring salt in the wound. I loved when Wayne told Aunt the house was different, the grass was different, and he knows. Oh, and he knows what Amber's back or what Amber likes. But if you're thinking about it, you can forget it. Yeah, you're not getting Amber back. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, Marion. He knows what Amber likes. But she's not coming back to you, Anthony. No little ankles. I don't think so. I like what Wayne said before he left Dave and Amber's house. He said, "You made the right choice. Amber is a good woman." And when he first met her, he knew she was a wife. And remember, he told Amber that on the wedding day, and he gave Amber that trophy, and it said "perfect wife," which was actually a jinx because she tried to be a perfect wife. No such thing as a perfect anything unless God makes it perfect. But I absolutely agree with Carla's comment. And he meant it. He meant what he said. And that's why he's always catching us off guard, because 1 minute it's good, 1 minute it's bad. And Amber's not afraid of him. But now, do you think he knew he triggered Amber today? Do you think Wayne knew he triggered Amber? As much as he did trigger her, do you think Wayne knows that? Did he do that on purpose? Darren and Ben know about Denisha? No, they don't. Oh, no. He never even told Ben when he started dating Denisha. Darren doesn't know because he hasn't been around. Does Ben? Oh, yeah, Ben does definitely know about Anthony and Shayla. They used to work out in the mornings and go get smoothies and discuss Anthony and Amber and Shayla. and who he'd rather be with. And he would give all, they'd have this little conversation, and everything would point to Shayla for certain things. But then Anthony would always come back to wanting Amber. So their little, those little sassy conversations they would have in the morning, they actually did have a lot of jewels in them. Mm-hmm. Passion. Yvette says Passion Anthony is just scared. It's too late now. Yvette is too late. Yeah. Jody got your girl and gone. Amber not coming back. But the thing about it is that when you do break up with people, and it's not like well, their breakup is very nasty. But when you break up with a person, a lot of times you can still have feelings for them, like a special place in your heart, but it doesn't mean you're going to act on it. And it's true. It is true. But you just got to keep going. David is super private in real life too. I think Amber's talkative, but maybe she's talkative about things that aren't private. And I still think, Magnolia, that Dave is Amber's boo thing. I do. I mean, prove me wrong, I'll be wrong, but I think Dave is Amber's guy. Generally, he doesn't know about Denisha. Nope, he doesn't know about Denisha. Mm-mm. You know how bad that'll make him look by saying, oh yeah, I let some woman move in my house while I'm still married to Amber, and I was sleeping with her and I had my eyes open and I was laughing when Amber came home. Then I told Denisha she didn't have to leave. She could just keep staying here. Because Anthony doesn't know the courts are going to rip him a new one when they find out what he did. Because you cannot stop your spouse from coming in the house. Why do you think the courts say, no, you cannot change the locks? You can't do all that stuff when you have a divorce pending against you. If you're in a divorce action, no, you can't do that. And Nature says Benny and the Jets is trying to renew his vows to Danielle. Danielle be the biggest foolish thing since Amber, trying to renew some vows with Ben. I hope Michelle's husband gets to it sooner than later about trying to blackmail them. Yo-Yo. Hi, Yo-Yo. I hope they don't do that to Amber. Hi, Michael Brown. Welcome in. I think Wayne wants to ask Anthony to come to LA, but Darren was there. Dave's going to be mad at him because he already mentioned it to Dave today. Why would you? Well, I can see Wayne wanting to do it, Michael. Yeah. Want to bring Anthony around Dave because they are messy like that. Wayne's messy like that because they're bros and because they're in business. That's what you call what do you call it when people are, they're stupid smart? When they're so smart, they're stupid. Like business, they're smart. But when it comes to crossing into reality of private people, they don't have good sense. And that would be senseless for Dave to want Anthony to come to LA. And doesn't look like Dave is feeling him anyway. Yo, I hope they don't do that to Amber. I agree. I think Wayne wants to ask Anthony to come to LA, but Darren was there. Leave Dave alone. Go on about your raggedy business, Wayne. Leave Dave alone. I mean, you can be business partners. What you got to bring Anthony for? Don't nobody want that little creep around. Leave him right over there with Denisha Barracuda. Let him stay on over there with his new family. Let him stay over there. He don't need to go. For what? He's into real estate. He doesn't know anything about marketing nor vegan restaurants. So there's really no need for Anthony to go anywhere. We don't want Dave around Wayne, let alone Anthony. Please. Yuck. Oh, weak butt Anthony. I almost said a bad word. Oops. I'm sorry. The chemistry is so strong with Dave and Amber. They'll get through it. Hi, Minister Yolanda. They will get through it. Nature, I believe he is depressed as well. He looks depressed, doesn't he, Passion? That may be why they have him looking unkempt. He might be depressed. And not so much about his money, but because Amber's really, really gone. I mean, she's gone. And there are men and women who don't believe that fat meat is greasy until they get the frying pan and see all the fat. They don't believe it. They don't accept it. On Facebook, people were saying Wayne's skits are losing ratings. Wayne better get it together and close these storylines. People are getting annoyed with him and his horrible writing. And again, this probably went on why he went on that comedy show to address some of those issues. Even though Miss B, I think she picked up like 5 things, it's a whole interview. And it doesn't look like it's extremely long, but every time I think I'm going to go over there, I always get something else to do. But the whole comedy, it's not funny. It's just a comedy reviewer. He reviews comedians. And he was talking about Wayne. And again, Wayne said that this is no longer comedy, it's drama. He calls it microaggression drama. And that's pretty much satirical. But that he didn't use that word. He said microaggression drama. Yeah, I'm sure Facebook is. I was over there this morning, I think. I was over there this morning. But I stick to the Wayne, to the names that have a blue dot at the end of them. Those are when you know those are the official people. But when you see all those different groups and, Amber and Dave, blah, 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 those are not official people. Those are people just like you and me. They just startup groups. But when you see a blue dot after a name, you know that that's that person's page. And I thought they were going back, the restaurant was going to open back up this week or next week. Nature says, I think so too. Dave and Amber give vibes of a real couple, a real life couple. How they move their belongings into the home, how they got the chemistry between each other. They do. They act like they're a real couple. And we have been saying that for a while, but, they led us to believe that it was Ray. But to me, Ray is too young for Amber. He's probably more like in his 30s and probably like a little cousin or a little nephew or something. He has a great voice, but I think it's Dave. And Dave seems to fit the Amber that we know as Amber fans. He seems to be the kind of person Amber would need to be around because she's so hyper. She's always doing stuff and always doing stuff for her fans and this and that. So he does kind of fit. And then Amber does have a little boy who's extremely well-mannered. And her little boy have a ritual for saying prayers. And it's so darling. I honestly don't think Dave will care about Amber and Wayne's past. I don't either, Linda. It's just the more that she holds it and the closer he gets to Wayne is what I think is going to become the problem, right? And Dave hasn't told Amber who that realtor is his ex. No, and Amber doesn't know anything about the realtor at all. I mean, she doesn't know. But Wayne does know that Amber did do something because she told him when they were talking about Grace, when he was ministering to her in the park. And you probably already know this. And she said, I kept doing something over and over and over, and I knew it was wrong. And that's why she couldn't understand how God could grant her grace. And that's when Dave was ministering her to it. And I think that he got it. He knows that she was probably messing around. He probably thinks she was having an affair, but she wasn't married, so it wasn't a marital affair. It was while she was engaged, which is a boyfriend and girlfriend. For all of the people out there who say, oh, well, she was engaged. And What's your point? I've been engaged more than once or twice. Yeah, buy me a diamond ring. I don't care. I was terrible. I wasn't that bad, but being engaged is different than being married, right? So, Anthony can't help Dave and Wayne. That's right, Marion. There's nothing Anthony can do. He's into real estate. And he hasn't been doing anything, as Wayne put it, right? He hasn't been doing anything. He's just sitting there on his butt using passive income. And then Vanetta says, oh, thank you, Dolly. And thank you, Gwen. Please watch my long and short videos so that I can have 4,000 hours by September. Every 5-minute counts. Please don't mute it, because if you mute it, they'll think you're a bot. Okay, so thank you, Gwen, for putting that up. Thank you, Adele. Hey, Adele, welcome in. Good to see you back. Adele is one of our newest subscribers, so she came in yesterday. Welcome in, welcome in. Adele, thank you for coming back. I am so glad you are here. And then, like I said, hopefully in a couple of months, we can have like a video night where we might show parts of 3 videos or something. And I will scrap that tape, because I have found that when you try to erase tape, or even when I used to like run little pieces of tape and do a live, like a 2-hour live, do you know that the ratio wasn't high enough? As much as we talk, it wasn't high enough for the amount of footage. So I don't know how much footage they want. That's why you don't see me running footage. I'm like, we're good. We know the storyline. We watch the skits, right? And what I missed, you guys didn't miss. So Dom says, I'm sorry, Yolanda says, Dom, I saw a still of that guy and he does look like young Anthony. That may be the plot twist. It could be. Dolly, thanks for chatting with us, NONYASIS chat group. You're welcome. Hi, TT. You walked the Golden Gate, you did? The full length? Girl, that thing is long. Oh my gosh, and it is gorgeous. Well, go ahead, TT. Miss T Diamond. It is long. Ain't no way I'd walk it, because there is a walking path. And you can watch across. 88 likes, 108 watching. Can we get 12 more people to like the video, please? T Diamond, that's so cool. I like that. I've never had like the boldness, I guess, to walk across a bridge. I like to drive, but I love looking at the water. But I just can't see myself walking it. I love that. Congratulations, lady. I'm proud of you. Wow. I know somebody that walked the bridge. I like that. Because there's many people that would say, oh, I'm going to go walk across the Golden Gate Bridge. Nobody ever does it. But there are a lot of people who do walk across the bridge. You're right. And it is gorgeous. You remember, what's the name of the crookedest street in the world? The one they blocked off now and made it a private road. I used to love going down that street. It starts with an E, and now they've blocked it off. Because we used to go up there like on dates and just go around that little crooked street and go over to the bridge or whatever. It was so much fun. But then finally they got that street blocked off. And Darren was really upset with Wayne, thinking that everyone knows that. Yeah. The lakes, the beaches, and oceans is my peaceful place. Mine too. Aquarius, mine too. And the good thing about what I like about, even though we still watch out, is that I like when we have barriers at our beach or whatever. Even though we are not supposed to have crocodiles and alligators, we never know what's in that water. So venture out there. Not me. I'm not going out there, but supposedly we don't have any. But if you go further, like, to Mexico, which is after Baja is Mexico. So when people go to Baja for vacation, there's some little purple, I think they're purple, crocodiles And they're very, very little. And I'm wondering, where did they come from? And they have these warning signs up because the West Coast is known for not having alligators and crocodiles. And now they've got these little purple crocodiles. So maybe they're coming out of the ocean, because the climate is changing. I don't know. Darren is crazy. His wife wanted Mike the first day she saw him singing at Amber's restaurant. So how is it Amber's fault when she didn't even know his wife? I agree. Hi, Clara. And Clara, thank you again. I appreciate you. I do. I truly do. I was so surprised. I was like, oh, look at Clara. She's so sweet. Wayne asked Dave how much money he has. He did? I probably thought Wayne was joking. Wayne asked Dave how much money he has. Wayne wants to get to know Dave's business so he can do like him, like he does Amber. And that's cute. And then did you notice when Wayne was leaving, he had the nerve to say how much he was going to charge Dave? Wayne, you got it twisted. Dave's going to charge you. You're not going to charge Dave. But I think that was a joke. You guys, that had to be a joke, right? Because him and whoever he partners with, they're going to pay Dave. Dave's not paying them. So I think that was supposed to be a joke, and I don't know if people picked up on it. Because he was like, man, yeah, after I finish charging you. But no, it's going to be Dave charging you, Wayne. So just get ready, you and Evelyn and whoever else. Evelyn's going to make money. So whoever the vendor owner is, and Wayne, because Wayne's going to invest, they're going to be paying Dave, not the other way around, Wayne. Wayne played smoothly by Dave and doesn't even know it. This man surely has a background check on Amber and Anthony playing house, doesn't realize his business is about to be transferred to D. I'm going to read that again. Okay, so Dom 10 says Wayne is being played smoothly by Dave and doesn't even know it. This man surely has a background check on Amber and Anthony playing house. What man? On Amber and Anthony playing house. Oh, on Amber and Anthony playing house, doesn't realize his business is about to be transferred to D. I don't know that I understand what that means. And who's D? Denisha? I'm sorry, Dom. I don't quite understand that comment. If somebody understands it, or Dom, if you could reword it, would you please? Dolly, yes, very relaxing. You lived in Sacramento 1992 to 99, Golden Girl? Yeah. Sacramento's like not for me, even though it sits on the Sacramento River. Those houses over there are really nice, and they're really expensive now too. Over there by Sac River. And Sacramento's really hot. It's not like where I am in the Bay. Sacramento is hot. But that's our capital, of California. It's Sacramento. So you lived in Sacramento. Oh, that's awesome to know. And then Minister Yolanda says, Golden Girl, Amber did tell her to settle it. She told Amber she won't do it, and she knows what to do. Amber needs a new lawyer. Yeah, that lady needs to go sit down. You can't tell your client no. Vanetta, he doesn't. Because of this, Wayne should be more aware, because Dave will be watching closely. How Dave told Wayne why Aunt won't just sign the papers. Then Wayne asked, would you do it for 50%? And Dave didn't answer. And I guess I kind of thought, but maybe Dave didn't want to get involved. I kind of thought maybe Dave would have said, man, make it 30, he could make it 30%. He could actually negotiate with her. I mean, 50-50 is a starting point before negotiations. They're not even trying to do that. And Amber, she doesn't seem to care right now. I mean, she cares, but she's so happy being with Dave. I guess you pick your poison on whichever the battle day is, right? Mary says, Dave doesn't trust Wayne. He's all about his money. And that's what Dave told Amber today. He did. And remember last night, if you were here, I said maybe Dave is the light side, non-evil side of a Wayne. Not that Dave's a narcissist, but he is into his work. But the other thing that I did notice about Dave is that he's been a bachelor so long that he can just do what he wants to do when it comes to business. He didn't bring up anything with Amber, and that in itself would piss me the heck off. You make plans to go off on business trips and stuff, and you don't tell me about it, we're going to have a problem. But Amber's just going along with it. Okay, honey. Yeah, no. She needs to nip that in the bud, and she needs to nip that in the bud now. Because I think that's something that Dave's used to doing. He's been single all this time. But now, when you have a partner, you have to learn to communicate. It's not about just studying the opponent or just studying the businessman, right? You're a couple now, and now you have to act like a couple. And that, I think, is going to be the challenge for Dave when it comes to Amber. Because when you have a wife or you have a husband now, and you've been single for so long and doing just what you want to do, guess what? That goes out the window. You can't just run around like you're single again. Is that what they meant by single bachelor? Is that what that phrase meant? Because if you're going to get married, it don't work. Trust me, that does not work. You don't just take off on a business trip because you got business to go take care of. So you tell your wife, hey, honey, I'll see you later. I'll be back in a week. I'm going on a business trip. Really, Dave? Dave, I'm watching you. You better be good to Amber. You can't do that anymore, babe. You got a full-time woman and you want to marry her, you need to learn the rules of the road. Marriage is not living together. Marriage is not just being your girlfriend and you just take off whenever you feel like it. When you have a wife, you have to respect it. When you have a husband, you have to respect your husband. You don't just get to do what you're so used to doing, which is whatever the heck you feel like doing. That will never work in a marriage. Okay, Dave doesn't trust Wayne. I did read that one. The ocean, the beach is my favorite body of water. I think I like, I don't care if it's the beach or the ocean, really. I think maybe for us, because we got both, maybe that's why, I don't know. And I don't frolic in the water. But you know where I do like? I like the islands, like the Bahamas and stuff. But I love Hawaii. I do. I love Hawaii. And then I learned how they make the sand so soft. I'm not going to tell you guys because it's kind of gross, but you might already know. But yeah, but I love Hawaii. And if you've never been, if you ever get a chance to just go, even just a weekend, just go stay in a hotel. Forget the Airbnbs and all that. Just go stay on Waikiki. Just go stay there. You will have a field day. It's so much fun. And you could just go for like 3 days or something. And people forget that Hawaii is a part of the U.S. Go to Hawaii. And the water, the sand is it's not pearlized like the sand here. And even in Miami, it's pearlized. The sand in Hawaii is a different kind of sand because of how it's made. So yeah, if you haven't been to Hawaii, add that to your bucket list. Vanetta, are men more protective over their money than their women? Let's see. Ant only wants to offer 10%. He's doing that out of meanness nature. He was okay to tell Candace, the lawyer, 25%. Yeah, but when it's Amber asking, it's different. And it actually just depends on like the man. Amber and Anthony don't get along. They're in a divorce battle. They're not even supposed to be talking to each other about this kind of stuff. So I wasn't surprised when he said 10%. Didn't faze me one bit, because that's what people that are getting divorces do. They feud over anything, everything. I was watching some show and it said people feud over pillows. When it comes to a divorce, they feud for the heck of feuding. They want to be angry with each other. Mm-hmm. And then let's see. I remember Nonya, and that was Gwen. I remember you saying this, Nonya. The water is relaxing. It's a healing source. I did stop turning the water on, you guys. I did stop. But it was so embarrassing. I got to the point I stopped telling my husband, but I knew after I did it for so long, and I mean a long time. I said, "You got to mess up the kitchen floors in our other house if I keep flooding that kitchen." Mm-hmm. And I just hear the water, and I just walk away, and then I come back and be like, "Water." It's like, wait a minute. Or I'd be making dishwaters or wanting to soak something, whatever I was doing. And I did. I did that. It's very relaxing. Hi, Donna Robinson. There you are. Oh gosh, I hit that button again. Ugh. I hate when I hit it and it always all goes all the way up to the top. Let's see. You grew up in Pensacola, Florida, and then you love the Gulf of Mexico. We went to Cancun. The only thing I didn't like was the heat. It was super hot. We went there. My daughters got married last year. I don't know which is easier, this software or the phone. I think they're about the same. And let's see. Oh, there's a new skit with Mike and Blake. Wayne didn't tell Anthony anything. Nope. We got 110 likes and 110 watchers, 93 likes. Please hit the like button. If you didn't hit the like button, please hit the like button. I would appreciate that so much. Please hit the like button, everybody. Okay, let me scroll back down again. This thing moves like like lightning. Okay, Michelle Thompson. Hi, Michelle. The podcast ladies are going to be jealous of Amber's house and her business with Ernestine. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. Hi, Margot Greer. Welcome in. Margot, you're new. My name's Nonya. Good to meet you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming in today. Did you come out of the bushes, Margot? Did you come out of the bushes? Welcome in, Margot. I'm Nonya. This is NONYASISCHAT Chat. You see the moderators in blue. If you need anything, just ask any of us. You can ask them because they'll see it before I do because I sit here and I talk a lot. Okay? But welcome in. And then T Diamond says, I took my nephew because high school graduation present. Oh, you walked it together? So you know the Bay, huh? Hi, T. If I'm put up a sign that says "Hi, T Diamond," I'm just kidding. Welcome. I know that was cool for him. That's nice. We only need 5 to like. We have 102 watching. Can we get 5 people to hit? Thank you, Michelle Barnes. Can we get 5 more people to hit the like button, please? Just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi, Stephanie C. Welcome in. Dolly, that is true, but it is still wrong. What's true and what's wrong with it? You want to tell us what's going on? What's true and what's wrong? Let me go see. And we do try to say what we're talking about when we say things in here, because we're not nasty to each other. So, Dolly, what happened? Some men do what Amber did up to the wedding. Yeah, they do. They do it at their bachelor parties. That's not wrong, if that's what you're talking about. Anthony was trying to do it to the police officer. Men, that is what they do. I have 4 brothers. I know doggone well what the hell they be doing. And what they do at proms. They'll dump their prom date, go do another girl, come back, and get back with their prom date. Is that what it's about, Dolly? About what men do at the men do these things. Women don't believe it. Yeah, whatever. We really we don't address others like that, but it's still wrong. I think yours is wrong, Stephanie C. And we can rephrase that if you don't mind, because we don't talk like that, okay? And then let's see. Nature says, hold on a minute. Let me go up some more. Okay. Skitland likes keeping secrets. It's crazy about Chase wanting to be with Liz. He probably gave Liz up for some reason and he regrets it. And then he married Candace. Linda the realtor and the lawyer. Amber's thinking that Dave will react like Anthony did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. About fooling around with Wayne. She needs to be secure in her relationship with Dave and tell him. And he loves her. He's not going to dump her because of that. But she doesn't know. She doesn't know. Welcome in, Marco. Thank you for being here. Hi, Adele. This is just the way they write Amber's character. Yeah, we can only hope great things. So what I say, and I'll keep on saying it because I am an Amber warrior. I'm an Amber fan. I'm not an Amber right, as people like to say. I don't know what Amber right is. You can call me Amber Knight, but you don't get to name me Amber right. For the people who like to use that term, who asked you? Oh, and we're extremists. Did you guys know that? We're Amber extremists. I know a lot about a lot, and I don't go anywhere. We're extremists. Okay, I'll be an extremist. I'm guilty as charged. But you can call me Amber Knight and put some respect on it. Okay? I'm not an extremist. And I know you know I'm talking to you. So watch it. Some men did what, yeah, they do up to the wedding day. Yeah, we know they do, girl. Dolly, we know. I heard Delicia brought Dave to the Country Wayne skits. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. She could have. Maybe. She's very popular in the industry. I totally believe Amber and Dave are a real couple. So do I. Amber knows what happened when she kept a secret from Anthony. We do not want a repeat of that. We absolutely don't. Loyal. We don't. Passion. Nature says perhaps Wayne is going to be finalizing the divorce soon. I agree that he sees his marriage is over. He tries to say that he doesn't care and has Denisha now. She's just a buffer. That's right. And I honestly think that Wayne is going to eventually take Denisha away from Anthony because that's what they do. That's bro code, right? That's bromance. Mm. Have they done that? They haven't done that before, right? Maybe it's just they want to take the best girl. I don't know. Yeah, go for it. Take Denisha. We don't care. In Amber's house. Please hit the like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. Aquarius says Anthony ain't making no more deals until he divorces Amber. I agree. That's probably, but he's been sitting there how long now? Like a year or something since Roe left. And he hasn't been making any deals, but I don't think he wants to make any extra money. I agree with that too. He said he's on vacation until further notice. And remember, Rolanda said she was on vacation. And when Rolanda stopped, Anthony stopped. Mm-hmm. You are so correct. Aquarius. Some men do what Amber did. Yeah, we talked about that already, because there are people who are going to sit there and argue with you, and we don't do that in here. You don't come in here and say, you're wrong. No, that's not how we talk to each other. Sorry, that can go back where you came from. And yeah, I mean that because I know where that came from. And Amber is thinking that Dave will react like Anthony did. I did read that one. Margot is here. Skitland Secrets. I'm sorry, I'm going through these comments because it reloads the entire list and I have to start from the top. I don't know why it does that. It just doesn't start, at the end of the last segment of comments. It just reloads the whole page. Nancy, where did you get that information? 48,000 viewers lost. Was that from Wayne? Last year, he lost almost 100,000. Or the year before that, it was 100,000. How many miles was the walk? I want to do it. You want to do it too, Shirley? Y'all some bold people. Girl, just get on there and Google how long is the walk. Just Google it. It's there. We got everything about the bridge up there. But they did make it nice. I mean, they really did make it nice. Remember when they redid the entire bridge? Ooh, that was a lot. But at least I don't have to go to Sausalito or anything. I mean, most people don't. Do we have a count? Do we have 100 likes yet? Can you guys please? Yeah, they're going to be really jealous of Amber's house. Lombok? Lompoc? You mean Lompoc? Shirley? Is it Lompoc? Golden Girls. It is surprising that Chase is keeping Liz a secret. I know. And that I think he's debating on whether he wants to cheat on Candace or not in the skits. Not sure if the lawyer was Dave's ex or was she a wannabe. Whoever she was, I think she hung around too long because she didn't get what she wanted. But the other thing that she did say, Diamond, didn't you heard her when she said, when Dave said something about God, and her comment was, there you go with that again. I don't think you want to tell a man like Dave, there you go with that again, when he's talking about God. That's probably not the best thing to do. I'm a Cancer. I love being near the water. I think I'm an Aries. Maybe I like putting my fire out. Maybe that's why I turn on the water. There are sharks in the Pacific. That's right. We do have sharks. Thank you, T Diamond. Thank you for that. We do. Girl, I wasn't thinking about the Pacific. I ain't going out there. I'll go out there. Well, I've been out there on the yacht, but not like far out. I'm not going out there. We don't know what's in that water. We only need one more to go. Thank you, Dolly. Just one more person. Can you hit the like button, please? Please, please, please hit the like button. It just helps to push the algorithm out. Otherwise, they'll stop showing the videos, And that's why we ask if anybody here has a channel and you want to have it supported. Yeah, we got sharks. And they will come up on the beach too. So you have to be careful. But that's, I guess that's anywhere. Lions, tigers, crocodiles, bears. We have some of everything. Right? Like not far from us. We had a problem with coyotes. And because they're building all these new houses that the wildlife don't have anywhere to go. And then south is San Jose, California, San Jose. And they really built a lot of houses because there was a lot of empty space and hills. And they had them and some bears. They came out because they're tearing down where the wildlife used to live. But we do have a refugee. We have a few refugees in Northern California. So they're putting the animals in there. They're not unaliving them. They're putting them in the refugees and making them homes there instead. So that's one thing that California is known for putting animals, wild animals, She mentioned the sharks. I think we have a shark. I don't know that it's a huge shark. I think it's a smaller shark, T, but it's at the aquarium, the Monterey Bay Aquarium. There's a shark in there, but I don't know like much about it. It's pretty recent. And then I'm wondering what Dave's daughter is telling her aunt and her grandmother about the birthday dinner. I was thinking about that too last night, Loyal. I know she doesn't care for charity, but she probably loves her grandmother. And Dave didn't get a phone call from his family. So I mean, is he like at odds with his family, I wonder? Right? Because none of them called him back that we know of. I should put it that way. Chase should just come clean to Liz, come clean about Liz, and so should Liz. Yeah, the secrets can be devastating for no reason. I mean, they used to go together way before Candace. So, but you think the problem might be that he feels like he might still like Liz. Is that the problem? Maybe that's the problem. Or maybe it's Chase's production team's turn for the worse. I wonder if that's it. Aquarius, that's sad. He's not making any money, but he's spending as if he has a bottomless wallet. The judge could order him to pay 50% installments if he thinks he intentionally stopped working. That's true. Yolanda, I didn't even think about that part, that he intentionally stopped working. And look, he's done so much. I mean, goodness gracious. I don't know how to swim. You don't know how to swim, but you like looking at the water. Oh, T. Girl, we got so many places you can learn how to swim. Do you want to know how to swim? No. Some people don't want to know how to swim. You know, some people just don't. Oh, you're so sweet, Margot. I bought drinks for everyone. Everybody give her some claps. She bought drinks for everybody. Margot, that's so sweet. Is that for us, or is that for the Bushes people? Is that for the Bushes people? Well, whoever is for, Margot, thank you. See, I mean, we try to have fun. We don't like all that bashing and nonsense. So, like, when people come in here, I do get a little, like, we coming in here trying to bully my family. I'm sorry. I know you guys are not children, but, you know, we just come to kick it, you know. And Yvette says, Darren, just like black women, white women is a sign of success. Yeah, the big dummy. I'm just still looking at Margot and all the drinks she purchased. Thank you, Margot. That is so sweet. And the business will pay Dave and Wayne. They will pay Wayne to be spokesman. Oh, you know, I have a question, and this is a little off kill, so bear with me. T Diamonds, I have a question for you. Did you know that there is an old city under Marin City? Did you know that there's an old Marin City? That's just a question for you. And it's someplace that if you don't know it's there, or you don't know people, supposedly you shouldn't go there because it's like a straight out underground city. Marin. Did you know that? Just asking. Okay. Let's see, what do we have? Here I go saying again. Chase has dug his grave. Too much time has passed from the birthday party now. Oh yeah. Oh, Mr. Charlie's, that's the name of the restaurant. Okay. Yeah, that's the vegan restaurant. And we have them in LA. No, I get it, Yvette. We have Mr. Charlie's in LA, so it's a real company. Yeah, mrcharlies.co. Okay. I mean, because I go to LA a lot, you know. Well, we do, I should say, not me. All right, Dave will change Wayne and whomever is involved in marketing. Dave knows how to handle Wayne. He told Wayne he has more money than him. Oops. I guess Dave said, "You want to play with me? You want to play with the big boys?" And then they had Steve last night come in. That was nice. Cameron was there. DJ Alex was there. Nia was there. Jaden was there. Jaden should have had his hair in a ponytail, though. I mean, if you're going to be around her dad, put your hair in a ponytail because he already don't like you. Come on, Jaden. What are you thinking about? Plus, Harold will get in other people's food. Minister Yolanda, it is very sad that man posted on that porch every day. He stopped. And he still has millions hidden. I don't get that comment either. Aquarius, yeah, he hopes he still has millions because if Michelle's husband finds out, he's going to steal it. Yolanda, if he's got the codes somehow in there, he's definitely going to steal it. If he doesn't have the codes, he's going to blackmail them because they probably have a pyramid scheme. Because what he did with Mike sounds more like a pyramid scheme. And when Mike didn't want to reinvest, then he got mad at Mike because he didn't want to double his money by putting his money back in there. Anthony is just jealous now. He knows Dave is smarter than him and got more. Dave is observing how Wayne is moving. I really hope that's true. And then also, Margot, I'm hoping that Wayne is actually seeing that Dave is in love with Amber. You know, for Wayne's own mental, right? I want him to know. Oh, I keep bumping the laptop. I'm sorry. I want Wayne to also know that Dave is in love with Amber. And maybe he'll leave Amber alone. Amber really wants to go to LA with him. They will be talking about it. I hope they show. You know, nature. I mean, if she's going to go to LA, get Ernestine and go. They don't have to go and then like have to hang out with the guys while they do their business. They can just go to LA and kick it, right? I mean, Ernestine is from Los Angeles. They can go to Santa Monica. There are a lot of places they can go, and Santa Monica is not far from Beverly Hills and Baldwin Hills. I mean, Hollywood. They can always do something else. But I understand Dave wants to make it a business trip, but it wouldn't hurt if Ernestine and Amber went, and then, you know, they did their own thing during the day while the guys were working. But I think I really didn't like the fact that he didn't bother to mention it to Amber. And when you start a relationship off like that, you're going to have problems because he's used to being a bachelor. And that does happen. You know how we get set in our ways, right? And he's never had to report to anybody before. And then he lets Amber come and go as she pleases. But we know Amber has said something, you know, I'm going to go do whatever. But Dave is going out of town. Amber letting that lawyer control her. The lawyer got paid to what you say. That lawyer needs to go have a seat. I kind of want Amber to tell Dave and get her another lawyer because that lady, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, Michael, because she was so shady to Ernestine and Jay. So I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, especially when she said, well, I know how to handle men like Anthony. That lady hadn't done squat. Talking about, oh, I have a plan. 3 times. I have a plan. Then when Amber brings her that Denisha lives in that house now, which that lawyer knows if she's got any salt in her and she went to any law school, that is a number 1 priority for raising you to 50%. You cannot take away your spouse's home. Why do you think you can't lock the doors? You can't change the locks on a house when you're married, let alone move somebody else in there, and Amber can't even come in her own house peacefully. Just think, what if Amber were to move a man in the mansion when Anthony was gone at Shayla's, and she moved a man in the mansion and Anthony came home? How would that fly? Yeah, they want to play double standards. What if Amber put a man in there, like what Anthony just did with Denisha Barracuda? Just saying, right? Michael, what do you think? You been in the bushes? What are you up to, Michael? I see you running all around town. Where's Atlanta at anyway? I saw her today. Dave's just hanging out with Wayne in LA. Wayne is single. Dave is dating Amber. He looks at baby girl as his wife in the future. Yeah. I mean, honestly, maybe for people, because I'm from LA, so it's like not a big deal, but a lot of people do. I met on a cruise. They came from like Georgia and other places in North Carolina, South Carolina, and they were on the cruise and they were really cool. But it was like they were excited. And for me, it's like, it's just California, you know what I mean? But I'm from here. So, but yeah, it's fun. And Ernestine knows, I think she knows the Venice and the Santa Monica area, I think. And that's where her and Jay went. So it's not that far, but Amber and Ernestine, they have work to do already, so they kind of don't need to go. But Dave had better realize he's got a girlfriend now, and you do need to let her know when you're going out of town. You can't just keep being a single bachelor. And that's true, especially if you plan yeah, Yvette, you have to consider your partner. And I don't think he's used to that, but he's going to have to. I want to see him lose what he had because he did it out of selfishness. Yeah. Aquarius, he did. He did do it out of selfishness. Bree says, Evelyn is going to be so happy to see Dave came to LA without Amber. That's true, Bree. And she's not getting any play, but Wayne's going to see her in action. Wayne's going to see it. And I'm curious, is Wayne going to start liking Evelyn or want to pull Evelyn from Dave? Because I don't think Dave cares. Dave seems more polished than Wayne in different areas. Yes. It is so beautiful in Hawaii, crystal clear blue water. And it is crystal clear. I don't know. I never went to the island. Which one is it? Is it Kalani? What's the name of it? The one that has the 7 waterfalls and doesn't have snakes or anything. That one. The one with all the waterfalls. What's it? Kauai. That one I wanted to go see, but we couldn't get it booked for our trip at the time. But I really want to go there because if they don't have any snakes and all that stuff and all that forestry, and they have all those beautiful waterfalls, my God, that's a gorgeous place. But we know Lanai never got rebuilt, did it? And they had all the Hawaiian artifacts. Dave showed no interest in Wayne until he heard how he spoke to Amber when she was a little late coming in the podcast meeting. So true, Margot. That's absolutely true. And then he thinks it's funny. Yay, we hit 100. Thank you for hitting the like button, everybody. Thank you for hitting the like button. Okay. And so let's stay another 7 minutes, okay? Because I don't want to keep you guys late and I don't want to go way over 2 hours because I have so many videos that are really, well, they're not really long, but we have some that are 3 hours. And I can't stay up that late because I've been getting too tired, like literally. I was supposed to go somewhere. And you grew up in Pensacola, Florida. I knew another lady that was from Pensacola, but back in the day. And you still love the Gulf of Mexico. My brother has a place. What's it called? The place that's in, what's it? Merida? Merida? He has a place in Merida. So he's got dual residency, him and his wife. Merida? Is that how you say it? I don't know. I can't roll my tongue, so I can't say it the right way. But Merida, you run the water too, nature? I have to catch myself and say, is there any water running? I listen to the thunder and lightning on YouTube every night. Really? I didn't know they had thunder and lightning. Okay, Melinda, thank you for that. I would like that. I would like that. Please hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button already. Yvette says good night, Nonya and everyone. Nature, I've stayed many times and timeshares on Florida beaches, and it's fun. I'm sure it is. 101 likes, 104 watching. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the like button. I wonder if podcast 5 are filming already. Probably. And we know that they still have to be themselves, but they're going to have guests that are not from the skits. So that should be interesting, right? Um, what do you do, Melinda? Do you just Google the thunder and lightning? Is that what you do? Okay, everybody. Margot, you're welcome. Thank you. Welcome in. We're glad to have you. And everybody, we're going to cut out, okay, what is in the bushes and is it on YouTube? So Adele, hey Adele, no, in the bushes, I think somebody I'm sure has said it before. I didn't hear it. I had never heard it before. And I just started saying people in the bushes hiding out, watching the show that didn't want to hit the like button. They're just watching the show, but they won't hit the like button. So I started saying that, and then one day I was making the little thumbnails, the little pictures that you can put over your videos or your live streams, and I just decided to make some bushes and put people's faces in there, only because I just felt like playing around. Because I'm not into AI. I'm not, an AI person, and I'm relatively new to this. So I just made some bushes, and it's got those three people's faces sticking out, and that just means you're watching the show, but you won't hit the like button. So we've made it into our own joke, and that's what that is. That's all it is, Adele. It's all it is. It's us saying you're in the bushes. You can come out, just hit the like button, and go back in. And then I have Stephanie. She's usually here like 3 days a week. She's kind of my co-host. Oh, she is my co-host. Stephanie's a good friend of mine, and so we were making a song called, "Hit the Like Button," and and you can hit it for free because I used to be on O'Neill TV also, along with Riri and with Deontay as a moderator, and I was with O'Neill for a couple of years, and I would have such a hard problem just asking people, please hit the like button, please hit the like button. Every once in a while, I would get everybody to hit the like button. Like it would be maybe 500 people. And then everybody would finally all hit the like button. So it's kind of a running joke for me anyway. And then we somehow, I know Dolly had something to do with it, Gwen. We came up with this in the bushes. And we've just been saying it ever since. That's all it means. It really means nothing, just something we came up with. And now we heard Wayne tell Anthony that Shayla might be in his bushes. But Miss B said that, she had heard it before, but, I had never heard it, but we just came up with it. But thanks for asking, Adele. Thank you for asking. And I did take the bushes down today because I kind of just wanted to take it down for now. I still have it, in my pictures and stuff, so I can always apply it. But I did want to take it out because I don't want to have too many. Melissa, I listened to that on YouTube nights. It's relaxing. I'm going to have to listen to that. I didn't know that was here. Dolly, you have been blessed to stay at the beach homes. Oh, I know it feels so good to be near the beach and open windows and hear the ocean. And that is beautiful. That's what I liked about Cancun when we went to Cancun for my daughter's wedding last year. Some of you guys know. Um, I knew someone who owned a timeshare. She and her husband. Yeah. Hi, Nature. Maybe Dave. See you, Mary. Maybe Dave see you. At nature, I was blessed with friends who shared the timeshares. Yeah. Because sometimes you can't go when you have a timeshare at the time you're supposed to go to the timeshare. Maybe Dave is trying to protect Amber from his sister. Oh, Mary, that's a good point. Because Evelyn might bring her to the restaurant. That's a good point, Mary. Hey, Wayne, did you hear what Mary said? We know you guys are listening because we know you're still here. You're not on vacation yet. Mary, that's a great point. He doesn't want Amber around those hyenas. Adele's in the bushes. Adele in the bushes means those who are listening on this live. I almost thought about Adele, the singer Adele, because I love Adele. And the people aren't chatting. We say that they're in the bushes like hiding or just sleepy or busy. They're in the bushes. Hi, Hope. What would be diabolical is if Chase and Liz had a child. Yeah. Girl, why I think about that too? That she never told him about because he was a DJ. And I believe they lost the contact with one another. And she have one kid or two kids. I remember she used to say she didn't wear a wedding ring when we first got introduced to Liz. And she would say it was complicated or they were going through something, is what she would tell, I think, Shayla, why she didn't have rings on, and Candace maybe. But yeah, I hope I had that same exact feeling. And that was years and years ago. I call him cornbread, but what was his name? Southern bread. Maybe they had a child. And we know Candace wants a child. And Chase keeps saying he's too old now. Now that he's 40, he's too old. Anyway, we're going to cut out, okay? You said I am an Amber extremist. Okay. We got Amber extremist in the house also. I'm so glad you guys like it here, and I like you being here. And I do try, as I like to always tell you, I try to get everybody's comments, but sometimes that's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Like sometimes they give us a couple of ways. But Adele says she's an Amber extremist. I'm an Amber knight, like the chessboard knight piece. But I don't like when they call us Amberites. I mean, there are some Amber people who do, but I'm an Amber fan first. I am a fan, of the character Amber. That's why I like Amber like I do. But I say this all the time, Adele. You'll hear me. But Adele says she's an extremist. Go ahead, Adele. Adele said I'm an extremist. I like it. I'm a ride or die for Amber, even though right now she's making me sick by not telling Dave about her and Wayne. Yeah. And we're trying to force Wayne by sending him direct messages and stuff as just fans. We're trying to force him to do it because she can't change if Wayne doesn't write it that way. And we want Wayne to write it. He listens because he wouldn't do these interviews if he didn't listen. So Hope, that's where I am. So I do send him, and everybody knows that he's Country Wayne. So you just put the @ if you're on Facebook. It works on YouTube, but not as well as Facebook. And Amber is Amber Ty, and with the @ in front of it. And those are their DMs. So, but that's the only way we're going to get him to change it. And he's going to change it when he wants to. I said the same thing, Margot, you did. I think they did have a child, and she never told him. All right, so we're going to cut out, but this is the final notification from Gwen. Gwen says, please join me. I'm Nonya. Monday through Friday. I try to take off Saturday and Sunday to spend time with my husband because we're in two different worlds, and then we merge together when it's bedtime or whatever. But we try to spend the weekends together, go to church, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, 9:15 Pacific time, 12:15 Eastern time, 11:15 CST in the morning, I have something called Tea with Me. And if you look for my little red banner, or you see this part of my face up there, or I just put stuff up there. There's a breakfast up there. There's Amber's house up there, or a picture of a house. If you just go to NONYASISCHAT, do a search on me, then my channel, it'll say view channel. You click view channel. So 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 11 CST for tea with me in the mornings. And then Monday through Friday nights, I start 7 p.m. because I'm Pacific time in California. You guys are, for the most part, 10 Eastern time in the evening. And then we have 9 CST for what's called the wind down, WINE. And that was courtesy. I had said WIND a while back. And Miss Fatale, I haven't seen in a while. She does have her own channel. Miss Fatale said, how about wine, WINE down? And that's how we came up with all the hors d'oeuvres. Gwen developed that on her own, all of that. And then we have in the bushes. So everybody, thank you for coming. Good night. And I love you all, okay? And stay safe out there. Buckle up, buttercups. Buckle up, stay safe. Don't let them get in your head. Don't let them get in your head. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye.